Recently, I've been seeing a lot of discussion about a potential sequel to Terraria and if it should happen or not. This conversation has been going on for years, but I feel like it's popped up a lot more over the past few months, and that led me into asking, should Terraria keep giving us updates like it is right now, or would it be better if we got Terraria 2, a completely new game, instead? Before we talk about the benefits of a Terraria sequel, let's talk about the reasons a lot of people would be against it. Terraria is already perfect in many ways, at least according to most of the players, so creating a sequel could be unnecessary. It has some technical problems, sure, but a lot of people would argue that Terraria, as it stands right now, is basically flawless. A sequel would have to take giant risks to try to become better than Terraria 1, and that could result in a worse experience overall. It's kinda like how Breath of the Wild was a great game and then Tears of the Kingdom came out. Most people said that Tears of the Kingdom was better, but there were still a lot of players who felt that it missed what made Breath of the Wild so fun. This is a problem that sequels often face in general, so it's not even specific to Terraria, but it's a fair point nonetheless. Terraria is also so big in terms of content already that there may be no need for a sequel. The game has decades worth of content, one of the biggest modding scenes out there, and a community that's constantly focused on discovering new stuff. If Terraria were to move on to another game, it could be better if they focused on something entirely new, since Terraria already has enough content for 2 games. A sequel could also fragment the community. There's a good chance that many players would move on to Terraria 2, but there would also be a lot of players who want to stick with the original game. The only way to avoid this problem would be to make Terraria 2 significantly better in every way, but that's a very difficult challenge and it will never happen. These are the biggest arguments that I've seen against a Terraria sequel. Ultimately, though, I do believe that a sequel would be better than the updates we're getting right now, and here's why. First of all, Terraria right now is very limited by its old engine. Terraria is still running on a framework that has been discontinued for well over a decade now, and I'm no coder, but every coder that I know says that adding any big content changes to Terraria, at least now, is probably a nightmare. Terraria 2 wouldn't have this issue since it could run on a different framework or a brand new engine. It might make the initial development time a little longer, but having access to modern coding features would make Terraria much less restricted. While Terraria has a lot of polish as well, I still think there are undoubtedly things that a sequel could drastically improve or new features that it could add. For example, when I made a video talking about the potential of infinite worlds in Terraria, I got dozens if not hundreds of comments saying that it would be great for Terraria 2. There are plenty of ideas like infinite worlds that would have a lot of demand but simply aren't implemented in Terraria right now. Whether it's for technical reasons or stuff like that just wouldn't fit in Terraria as it is, a sequel could be a great solution to finally add new content that the fans have been wanting for a while. Imagine if, for example, they reworked a very frustrating mechanic like biome spread. It would be great. Terraria is fundamentally finished as of right now, and most of the core features are going to remain the same, but a sequel would give the developers a great opportunity to add game-breaking content without taking away from the original game's charm. I enjoy the Calamity and Thorium mod because of the fact that they add new classes to the game. Imagine if we had brand new classes in vanilla Terraria with that level of polish and quality. The sky is really the limit with a sequel to a game like this. I'm sure the developers already have hundreds of ideas for what they could do if they really focused on Terraria 2, and who knows, maybe they are right now. Terraria Otherworld unfortunately didn't turn into anything, but it gave us some insight into what a Terraria sequel could look like, and I think it looks pretty cool. Maybe we won't be getting it in the next couple of years or anything, but I could definitely see a Terraria sequel coming out sometime this decade. In my opinion, 1.4.5 will truly be the last big update. I know that people say that for every Terraria update, but at the very least, I hope that they move on to something new in the future. As weird as this sounds for somebody who loves Terraria, I don't really want a 1.5. Would you like to see a sequel to Terraria? Do you want them to keep updating the game, or do you want them to do something completely new entirely? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more Terraria discussions. Bye bye.